This week we read an article called Restorative Justice, a Changing Community Response. And this article really focused on and touched on moving away from punitive techniques when dealing with misbehavior or crime or incidences that may have happened in the school system, and moving more towards restorative justice practices, which is said to be more best practice at this time. This article really talked about defining what restorative justice is and how it was introduced and how it's making its way into not only the schools but also into the community. I like that they stated in the article that when inappropriate behaviors occur, disciplinary measures should not be applied within the framework of punishment, but it should shift more towards correcting the behavior and supporting the behavior. And I think a lot of school districts are doing this. I know the school district I work for is more restorative justice based. For example, the school district I work for really focuses on social emotional learning, SEL. So every single Wednesday, teachers are required to do 1 hour circle keeping about SEL, and then every single day at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, circles are required for 10 minutes each. So when students come in, they receive 10-minute circle time in the morning and 10-minute circle time in the afternoon. Just to kind of build that relationship and that community within students, and then to be able to problem solve and to teach caring and empathy and problem solving. And also when a problem occurs, students are not just sent to the principal's office. And if they are, it's more restorative. Everybody sits down. We talked about kind of the questions that were stated in the article. Who has been hurt? The principal will kind of talk to the victim or whoever the incident was geared towards and ask them, how are you feeling? What happened? Also the question of what are their needs? And then whose obligation are they? What are the causes? Who has a stake in this? I feel like the restorative justice techniques really teach students how to problem solve. I don't believe that zero tolerance policies teach students anything. I believe that zero tolerance policies are geared towards more punishment and just kind of getting rid of the problem, which if it's never addressed, you can't really get rid of it. So it becomes ineffective. But with restorative justices, we are teaching the skills students need in order to problem solve whenever there is an incident or a crime, as they state in the article, that occurs. I also like that in the article it stated that it's second nature to kind of apply restorative justice techniques. It gave an example of a student throwing a baseball and hitting a neighbor's window, and what's the first thing the parent did is they walked him over to the neighbor. The student or the child apologized to the neighbor, and they said they're going to get him a brand new window. That is restorative justice. That is our first instinct. So why are we not using it in different fields such as education and the workplace? If that's our first instinct, obviously that's something that needs to be used in other aspects rather than zero tolerance and punishment.